Hey guys, Dan Whittaker here. Today we're going to take a look at the right shoulder movement of Henrik Stenson. Following on from the great open victory by Henrik Stenson, today we're going to take a look at the right shoulder movement of Henrik Stenson, what the stability in that shoulder is, how this can help your game. It's going to be able to keep you more synchronized, get your arms in front of your body. Lots of benefits that can really help your game that are applied not only to Stenson, but probably most of the guys coached by Pete Cowan. They're all really consistent ball strikers, something that nearly all of them do to some extent. Let's take a look at it and let's help your game. So following on from Henrik Stenson's great win at the Open, we're having a look at what's called a stable right shoulder that Stenson has in his game. Now this is something that his coach Pete Cowan will often talk about. Now finding stuff from Pete's quite difficult in the media, doesn't actually put a lot of stuff out there, but I've read and heard that his players all have a very stable right shoulder and all love working with him because he essentially gives them a one-way miss. Talking about the right shoulder for Stenson and that one-way miss is in the Stenson video I already did just after the Open. Take a look at that. I think some great info already in there for you guys. This will actually feed into this video very nicely, so it might be worth a little bit of a watch just to recap on a couple of little things. Now, when we're talking about a stable right shoulder, what really does that actually mean for your game? Okay, so what I'm tending to see is that when guys haven't got a stable right shoulder, what they're doing is they're getting to the top of the backswing right here, and essentially we're seeing this right elbow going backwards. So as it's going backwards right here, what you get is the right shoulder blade retracts and moves in towards the left. That pulls the arm, right elbow backwards, and will then trap the arms behind the body. Now for someone of the levels of Stenson, Danny Willett, etc., this is going to get the path way too far into out. The arms are going to be out of position. It's going to bring a lot of timing issues into their game. Those guys both have what would be classed as a very, very stable shoulder. So what that actually means is that from the start here, let's just do it this way to begin with, that right elbow just folds this way. So that's the only action and roll of the elbow. Okay, so then the body turns, the elbow's still down in front of the hip, left arm comes across, and that shoulder hasn't moved anywhere. Stayed exactly where it was at address. Here, and all I've done is rotate across. I've not gone this way and pulled my right shoulder blade backwards. I've just turned and kept the shoulder in the exact position it was. Now as a little kind of feel for this, what you can do is take hold of your right shoulder with your left hand, fold that elbow up to the 90-degree mark, and actually as a reference point you don't want to have it much more than 90 degrees, okay, and take that to the top. Now I can feel that my left hand's resisting that shoulder, so that means it's stopping it from being able to go right here. So what I do is I make a couple of swings to feel that, and then feel how I make that downswing, and that keeps that arm travelling in front of my body this way, coming down. The reason Willett and Stenson really like this is that, all accounts guys for that matter, is that when you've got it in front here, as they make that downswing, the arms are delivered in front of the body. Meaning it's really, really easy to start the ball on line, gives them a one-way miss, and they're never going to fear the left side of the golf course. Okay, that's something that tour players dread. The mid-high handicap is desperate to draw the ball. The tour player doesn't want to draw it, apart from if they really need to. They want to be playing very neutral shots. You get a few guys, Zach Johnsons, etc., do want to draw it, but a lot of them have hooked it at some point, want to see a cut. Okay, so this shoulder being stable and not retracting backwards allows that to happen. Now what you'll see is that Danny Willett's got his elbow really low. Stenson's got his higher here, but the shoulder's not moving, i.e. it's not going here. When you see it from the front view, you won't ever see that the right shoulder's coming all the way back here. It will almost appear that it's that left that's doing all the stretch. You see a lot of stretch down that left side of the body, the top of the backswing. That's where the kind of coil's coming from, that stretch of that left side. And that's what's going to give that ability to keep those arms very much in front of their body. Okay, so what we're going to do is have a quick look at this. So I've got this little device. The noise may be a little bit annoying, so excuse me. It's obviously got a little bit of a beep right here, but there is a reason for this. Okay, so this is a little gravity fit system, okay, from Australia. These guys do some really good stuff. Okay, so what we've got is put this kind of up in the area, just a little higher up than that. Kind of want it up near my shoulder blade, so I'll just pull this in. And what we'll get is, if I get this pulled into position, he says, so you can hear the beep right here. Now as I turn back, if I let that shoulder go, see it's shortened that right arm, the sound's gone off. So I want to retain that at the top of that backswing there. So now that's the maximum extension I can get from both hands. If I just let it go a little bit, the sound's gone off. So from there with that shoulder, all I'll do, fold the right arm, just loosen that for a second, fold the right arm, stretch the left across, and that's giving me a very, very solid position at the top of my backswing. That right elbow is never going backwards. Now, one of the things that can stop you guys from getting this might be a little bit of tightness, either in your lats, which are down the sides here, could be something up in the trap, or even in your rotator cuff. So you might have to do a couple of little stretching exercises, but 90% of it can be lats, because that's what's going to help to create this little bit of flexion or control and stability in that shoulder. You could do something like this, but without the sound, just with 2 physio bands over each arm, getting the feeling of extension and stability from that right shoulder to the top of the backswing. Really think it can help you. Really hope you enjoyed the video. There's some good information in there about right shoulder movement, how it can enable you to match your golf swing better, get more stability with your body, get the club moving in better synchronization with your pivot, arms, body, all working as one unit. Got some great content coming at the moment. You know, we've got some work with some of my players, work with Rich Shields on YouTube, helping him with his quest for the Open. Hope you really enjoy that series. If you have seen any of it or haven't done, jump onto Rick's channel, take a look. Think you'll really enjoy some of that. If you haven't done already, please subscribe to the channel. Subscription button down here. Subscribe. This will enable you to get access to the content as soon as we put it out. So we've got some really, really exciting new stuff coming all the time. Hope you enjoyed the video. All the other social media links are below. Really active on my Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Follow, like, whatever it needs to be on all of those social platforms. Take a look at it. If you want to get my website, it's danwhitakergolf.com. Thanks for watching and talk with you again soon.